Good morning, 11th class. How are you all? I hope all of you are good. So, we are starting with our next chapter of geography, chapter number 4, distribution of oceans and continents. Till our previous chapter, we have first of all understood why is geography important. In the second chapter, we saw what was the origin of our Earth, not only Earth to the universe, ka, solar system, ka, everything, how did it basically come into being. And then उसके बाद next chapter में हमने पढ़ लिया था in the interior of the earth. Now in this chapter we study about the ocean and the continents, how were they formed, पूरा कैसे फॉर्म हुए थे, क्या उनका इनिशियली जब एग्जिस्ट हुए थे तब स्टार्टिंग से ऐसे ही थे जैसा आज हम समझते हैं, या फिर टोटली कुछ और था जिसके बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे. So we will come to know about these things. Again, you need to keep in mind that everything is based on certain research work, because we will not go into the past and look at what happened millions of years ago. Okay, so on the basis of researches and the works of the great scholars, we find out how the oceans and continents were existing around millions of years back and why they are in this current position. आज जो हम इनकी पोजीशन जानते हैं. So here in front of you on your screen you can notice the present location of our continents and the oceans. Okay, so now let us start with the chapter. Now we know that continents basically form 29% of the surface of the earth and remainder is under the ocean water. Again on your screen you can see the important oceans and the continents. And now the position of the continents and the oceanic bodies that we see today in the map is not the same. We cannot say that it has been there since millions of years in the same way. No, there are many changes that have existed. What are the changes? That is what we will be studying in this chapter. So moreover हम देखेंगे ये जो well accepted fact oceans और continents के बारे में है, that is that changes हुए थे past में और अब future में भी होंगे, because there is continuous change that is occurring and there is the earth is actually evolving and changing day by day. तो आज जो position है वो same नहीं रहेगी, it will actually change with time. Okay, so in this chapter obviously we study about the background या फिर past में कैसा scene था, कैसी सारी location थी of the land masses and the oceans. That is what we will be seeing in this chapter. So the question here that comes across us is that continents and oceans have changed and are changing their position, but how do we know about it? What are the theories and why do we believe certain theories? There are stories, there are scientists who have given certain theories, but then until and unless there are full-proof evidences which somehow suggest that their theories are, we cannot totally accept those theories. So let us move on and understand few of the important theories given by the scholars, which are the acceptable ones. So observe the shape of the coastline of the Atlantic Ocean. You will be surprised by the symmetry of the coastline on either side of the ocean. So no wonder scientists thought in the similar manner and considered the possibility of the two Americas, Europe and Africa, to be once joined together. Now again here you can see class on your map on your screen clearly. If we try to draw a boundary of the coast, see these boundaries class, these boundaries here and these here, you will find unique kind of similarity. You will see that South America can easily be adjusted towards the coastal lines of Africa. Okay, and similar, you can find out similar kind of situation here as well. So these were the things which actually made the geographers and the scholars to think that once upon a time North America, South America and Europe and Africa were together. Okay, so there were various scholars who came and talked about it. We just talk about few of them. Okay, so to start with, it was, if we see the records from the known records of the history of science, it was Abraham Ortelius who was a Dutch map maker. Now we understand because he was a map maker, he must have noticed that similar kind of curves are there, similar kind of structures are there. So this was the person who first proposed that there is similar kind of possibility that all these continents were attached together. And he proposed this possibility as early as 1596. Then we have Antonio Pellegrini. He also drew a map showing the three continents together. However, Alfred Wegener was the German meteorologist who put forward a comprehensive argument in the form of the continental drift theory. Now, and he gave it in 1912. What do we understand by this? Earlier also people suggested certain kind of things. Generally, they were the cartographers, matlab the people who prepare map, but they could not give proper, you can say, implications या कुछ proof नहीं दे पाए होंगे कि कैसे सेम है, सिर्फ बाउंड्रीज की बेसिस पे we cannot consider कि वो सेम थे. So Alfred Wegener आए, जर्मन meteorologist थे. Continental drift, क्यों continents drift हुए हैं? Continents are drifting, that is why continental drift theory. He gave it in 1912, and this was regarding the distribution of the ocean and the continents. According to Wegener, all the continents formed the single continental mass and mega ocean surrounding the same. The supercontinent was known as Pangaea. You can see it on your screen here. They said all the land masses were together, and this is your Pangaea. ठीक है? Which meant, जिसका मतलब था all earth. Then there was a mega ocean that was called Panthalassa, जिसका मतलब होता है all water. Then he argued that around 200 million years ago, ये जो super continent था Pangaea, it began to split. Began to split मतलब break into parts, separate होने लग गए थे. And Pangaea first broke into two big continental masses. हमने छोटी क्लासेस में भी पढ़ा हुआ है कि Pangaea broke into two parts. One of them जो southern area में था वो था Gondwana land, और जो northern part में था that is Laurasia. ठीक है? So towards the north this is Laurasia, and towards the Gondwana land जो है southern components थे, break हो गया था Pangaea दो में. Subsequently जो Laurasia और Gondwana land है ये और break होते गए into small continents, and as a result of this, finally we have our present continents, the 7 continents that we know today on the earth. Okay, now on the basis of what evidences, not actually evidences, पर अपनी बात को support करने के लिए he put forward certain kind of evidences. Properly evidences हम बोलेंगे कुछ evidences है, कुछ ऐसी चीजें हैं which he was trying to make it clear कि ऐसा है, so you can easily point out कि जुड़े हुए. But ये जो movement हुआ था, ये किसी हद तक prove कर पाए थे कि एक से drift होके split होके हुए होंगे. But he could not prove the reason behind this movement. ये movement अलग क्यों हुआ था? So we will study about the evidence in support of the continental drift. He will talk about the matching of the continents, where we will see that the continents actually match up as jigsaw puzzles. सबसे you can say easily recognize the thing, the coastal area जो आप easily recognize कर सकते हो कि आपस में जुड़ते हैं like a jigsaw puzzle, and South America and Africa. Very easily you can locate it. इसके अलावा we can find out the locations and try to match. Like we have jigsaw puzzles. Similarly, we can see these also. इसके साथ साथ there will be other evidences also, जैसे rocks of the same age across the oceans. We'll have examples of some sedimentary rocks. We'll have some placer deposit जो glaciers के साथ आते हैं. And then finally अपना आ जाएगा distributions of fossils, where we'll study about few of the important fossils of animals which are found in different continents, and for them it was not possible to cross those oceans. So these are the evidences that he gave to show that all of them were together, but then he could not prove the reason behind this phenomenon, ठीक है, जिसके बारे में we will be studying in our next class. So today we just had an introduction where we talked about कि कैसे एक ही land था Pangaea, and here you can see वो divide हो गया था into two, and then आगे जाके और divisions हो गए. So the evidences part we will do in our next class. तो आज जितना भी हमने किया है I think is clear to you all. If you have any doubt, please do come back with your doubts and we'll discuss and solve. Okay. And one homework that you all should do is you should know the location of each of the continents, and you should know the location of the oceans. I've already given you this homework. I want this homework to be completed before the next class. Okay. So class, now we will meet in the next class.